Okay, this is just for me, really, because it's funny and I'd like to remember it in the future. I just got up out of the hammock. You can kind of see where everybody's at. Gather around. Now we're gonna go walking up to the cabin. And the first thing to come is Cruiser right here. I don't know, he looks like he's a bulldog to me. Funny shape to his head. Alright, you guys. It makes me laugh every time. This one. Yeah. They're lining up. Whatever I'm doing, I can't do anything. Hey, buddy. This one. I don't know what to say about this one. Huh. This right here thinks he's my house dog. And this is Magnum right here. Normally he's walking between my legs. Yeah, he's a good boy. And he's named not after the gun, he's named after Magnum P.I. Oh, stop. They all think they're gonna go with me into the cabin. It's not happening. They try it every day. Little Calypso. Oh my goodness. This little thing. I'll get your face off. I'm so in love with this tiny thing. Look how cute she is. And that's her mama right there, Bliss. Jade. No, Jade. And this right here, that's the love of my life right there. Alaska. That's Athena. I don't know. Hey, baby. What are you doing? I love this thing. Oh, my goodness. And little Cassie. Cassie doesn't come out. It's Cassiopeia. She doesn't come out too much. She's a little bit shy. But she doesn't like anybody but me. Nobody can touch her. But she's as sweet as can be. And she thinks Athena is her mom. There's Mambo. He's just pretty. And I'm real hopeful he's gonna do well this fall. Timber. There's my little leader girl, Hope. Right here's my big boy. That's Talon. He's one of the big males. This is my girl Zoe. She came with me from Ohio. And she was 6 months old. She far exceeded any expectations I had for her. She's just super girl. She's the sister of Shiloh. And there's Tango, my camera shy boy. It's nice to actually get him in the picture. And he's just... Come here, buddy. Hey, Tango. Yeah, he's distracted. There he is. That's my main leader. Hey, leader boy. He's 8 years old. He is the biggest goof. He's wiggle worm. I just happy, smiling, good dog. And Shiloh down there. And he's the father of most of this mess. There's his nephew. It's Monty. It's actually my friend Zdenik's pup. I gave him to him when he was about 8 weeks old. Mojo back over here in the shade. Hey, leader boy, come here. That's my leader boy. This dog is really smart. He's born in Norway. Ran in a Norwegian team in the Femundløpet and came here, learned all the commands, running in a wheel for me. It was a total accident that I put him in lead. Just needed a male to run beside Zoe. Thought, well, he's happy, and I thought he was dumb. And put him up in lead, and in 6 months in running a wheel for me, he had learned the commands in English. And knew them everything instantly the very first time he was running it. And I know that he was using Ustre and Venstre and the different commands they use in Norway rather than G and Haw. Just a dog like that doesn't come along too many times in a lifetime. No behavioral issues. They've been sleeping for hours. Now I get up and start walking and everybody wants to play. It's hot today. This is well over 90 degrees here, Fahrenheit. In the sun, it's just miserable. I turned them loose and they drank, they probably went through 20 liters of water in less than 5 minutes. So they all get along quite well. It's mostly a big family here. And there's Gucci. Gucci Mama. I don't know. And Jewel, if you take a close look at her, you can see what color I was painting the dog houses. And there's one of them right there in the sun. For whatever reason, when I'm painting, she has to be in the middle of it. 2 years ago, she was green. It looked like a black and green Martian. There's Uncle Aries. He's the uncle to just about everybody here. And this right here, this Memphis. This dog is real special. Hey, Memphis, come here. Come here, Moosh. Oh, when everybody else, there's Indiana. This boy, he's something else. He was shyest puppy. I couldn't do anything with him. Thought I was just gonna have to keep him as a pet. I couldn't do anything with him. And one day he just popped out of the shell, and total strangers. He's the friendliest, most loving dog. He's got long legs on him, good fur. Really, really excited about adding him, and got him, Mambo, Magnum. Got these boys to add into the team this fall. It'll be exciting to see what they can do. So, and aside from this horrible decathlon sign that I put up just to block a hole in the fence, this little cabin where I live, even got the outhouse, got the door open to ventilate it a little bit. Back over on this side is the hardwood forest. It's what's native here. It's what everything around here used to be before it was completely deforested. The entire area around here was deforested. Glass manufacturing and logging when it was socialist times. And by socialist, you have to realize it's communism. And they planted a lot of pine trees all around here. I think it's easy enough to see that it's really filled back in the last 25 years, and slowly. It's fantastic. All this area behind me is protected parklands. Nobody can build there. Just amazing amount of wildlife. It's a little surprising. There's no hawks or falcons flying around. There's quite a few of them around here. They like the big field. It gets mowed twice in the summer. And actually, probably over here, within 3 to 5 meters of the fence, I can actually see some slight movement over there. I would estimate that there's 30 deer sleeping over here right now. They like the hardwood areas because there's a thick undergrowth. Where all of the pine areas, there's just the pine needles, so they don't have any safe place to lay down and sleep. So they gather right here around the cabin and around the dogs. And they also like that. They like being close to the dogs. They know the dogs are in this area. The dogs are not leaving, and if they lay down and sleep, if the dogs bark, then they're aware that something is around unusual before the deer even know it. So it's a nice symbiotic relationship that they have with the dogs. They don't run away when we're training and see them just off the side of the trails when we're training. I mean, literally, I can just about reach out and touch them. It's a little bit of a problem when working with new leaders because they want to chase after the deer and the deer aren't running. But eventually they get used to it. So I don't know. This is make myself look quite lazy. I'm up at 5 in the morning, working as much as I can, trying to get as much done as possible before noon. Make sure that I'm back here or outside so I can turn the dogs loose in the afternoon when it's hot like this. Usually 5, 6 o'clock most of the dog yard is in the shade then. They go back on the chain, get dinner, and then I have to eat myself and go back to work for another 4, 5, 6 hours. Whether that's working on emails or cutting firewood or whatever it is that needs to be done. Only painting is done when the dogs are all loose, so I don't have the paint on them. It's typical summer afternoon. It's my messy dog kitchen. I got the little barn down here. Works out quite nice actually. I can store carts in there in the winter, sleds in the summer. Usually have about 30, 40 bales of straw inside, and it's nice, keeps it dry, and keep a lot of other little tools and equipment and things in there. It's not really so big. It's definitely not built to last for the next 20 or 30 years, but it works quite well for what I need to use it for. This is a puppy in a heat pen. Doesn't get used too much. Really just for puppies and females in heat when they're there. And here we get Gaba. This is the big puppy pen. And that's kind of appropriate that he's in there. He's just big, lovable, sweet dog. And just amazing. And he's just gorgeous. And the way he moves. And 2 reasons he's in here. One, he's not real good with some of the young boys. He's not bad. He just normal picking on them, but makes them crazy. And then that makes me crazy. And here he is being a big lover. And the other reason is when he's on a chain, he just runs in a circle nonstop. And I hate it. He's hurt his ankles and wrists, and in here it's at least a bigger area, and when he runs, he's not running in such a small circle, and he actually lays down and sleeps and rests, and he's not running all the time. It's much better for him, so keep him in here most of the time. He seems to like it and be a lot happier. And just continue. This is like a pack of lions. And just if you can't see the resemblance, I don't know. I'm trying to find a dog that's not family here in the picture. Well, technically Bliss is not, even though her puppies are. Indiana. How you doing, Indy? My dog's got 3 things about him. Generally, they have funny eyes, but he doesn't. And they have those rings around the eyes, and they got blue spots on the tongue. And you can see it closely with Aries. And that's Uncle Aries right there, huh? He's a big moose, huh? I don't know. You can see the eyes. Let me get Shiloh around here. That was the best. Get Titan. Look at the camera, Moosh. Look up here. Titan, he's got gorgeous eyes. I don't know if it picks up on the camera or not. All of them just about have some part of this. Got my first bi-eyed dog. Let's see if I can get it on Shiloh, because it comes from him. Oh, Stallion. Hey, Stallion. The Stallion nickname, well, it came along a couple years ago once he started making babies. And he loves his sister Athena. He's quite protective of her, actually. Hey, Stallion. You're just a pretty boy. So, I don't know what else. Nice area out here. The property is a lot bigger than what the dog yard is. And then we're out here at the